No.
Welcome back to our channel!
So noisy. Okay.
Talking to random stranger in the car. Really? No, I'm just kidding. kawaii! 안녕하세요. Like, 감사합니다. Or something like that.
そういうことかってちょっと思ったんだけど、韓国人みたいな人が来て。Today we are gonna talk about how we met. Yeah!
Yay!
Tension. So energetic.
As you guys may already know, we are a married couple. I'm Korean, she's Japanese. We're going to be talking about how we met. So let's rewind the clock back to 2017.
Yay!
Or it was 2017 or 2018?
I think it's 17. End of 17.
Yeah, 2017. So I was in a beautiful relationship with the... I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Yeah. I was in a relationship. I had just broken up. And I was looking for a new girlfriend, right?
You were?
Of course I wanted a girlfriend, right?
Okay.
So I was in a search. I was trying all sorts of things, such as talking to random stranger in the car. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
So I tried a couple of things. One of the things that I decided to try was attending these so-called meetups. So if you download an app called Meetup, they host a bunch of meetings for the people with similar interests. And the one that I had a particular interest on was learning the Japanese language. This has to do with my history of watching a lot of animes in the past. So I went to one of the meetups, right? And it was my first time. It happened in one of the open public areas in a building in Manhattan. I went there after work. And there was about 20 people already at the meeting. As I stepped into the crowd, I scanned everybody's faces, trying to decide where I should sit to get the best chance of talking to
Cute girl.
A female.
A female?
Yeah.
Okay.
A female. And yeah, Lily seemed like a good candidate.
You thought so?
Yeah. She was...
At the first sight?
Yes.
Okay.
She looked cute. And she was within the minority of being a female in that group. A lot of the people were males.
Right.
Maybe the guys who attended the meeting had a similar interest as myself, such as, you know, learning Japanese for the purpose of watching anime or looking for some Japanese girls to meet. You know, Japanese, you have a stereotype for Japanese girls. It's nothing negative. It's actually a very positive thing. They're cute.
It's very positive?
Stereotypes of Japanese ladies, yeah. They're cute.
They're cute?
They're cute, yeah.
Looks?
Looks, the way they act.
The way they act?
From
Korean perspective or like in general?
In general, when you say something, their reactions would be something like kawaii!
What? We don't say that.
That was a stereotype.
Okay.
Anyways, so I saw her. Unfortunately, all the seats next to Lily was occupied. Therefore, I decided to go sit next to another girl and I started talking to them. We were talking about random things like, oh, have you tried going to this Japanese market in Midtown or something like that? And like, that was my first time attending a Japanese meetup. So my Japanese proficiency was awful. I couldn't understand anything when people were talking to each other in Japanese. And seemingly, when they didn't have the background in Japanese, cultural background or ethnicity, I was impressed. They were speaking pretty good Japanese. I wasn't able to. Anyways, I was talking to them a lot. I was mostly listening to them. And there came a time when we were changing the location of the meeting because they're closing down certain areas in the public building. And therefore we had to go downstairs. And that was an opportunity. So I stood up. I was just kind of walking around before everybody started moving downstairs. I walked close to where Lily was standing and
Also, you intentionally came to me.
I was walking to that direction.
Oh, because you thought I'm attractive or something?
I thought you were cute.
Okay.
Sometimes they say that the girls that the guys like the most is the girls that you see for the first time. So I saw Lily for the first time and I thought she was cute. So I decided to approach her. But I didn't know how to start the conversation. I just kind of stood next to her, kind of awkwardly. And Lily looked at me, and she's the one who actually initiated the conversation. She was asking me, "Oh, are you Korean?" And I was like, "Oh, how did you tell?" And she was like, "Oh, I can tell from your face." and she started saying things like, "Oh, I actually know a few Korean words like 안녕하세요, like 감사합니다," or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
The conversation continued as we walked down the escalator. We sat at the same table downstairs in the basement. After the groups reconvened and people kind of shifted seats and started talking to a new group of people. And we were sitting at the same table, we were talking, and there was another Chinese guy sitting next to us, and it was pretty evident that he wanted to talk to Lily. He wanted to get to know you more.
Right.
And he was a little aggressive.
Yeah, it was very, very obvious. I could also tell that he wants my number.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we were talking throughout the night, and was it like 10 o'clock, 10 p.m? Well, maybe like 9 p.m. or 8
I think,
p.m.
yeah, I think it was around.
The meeting was about to end. The Chinese guy was asking for a line account from Lily, and I kind of handed over my cell phone to her at the same time, and asking her to put in her line account. And that's how the exchange went the first night. After that, I kept texting her about random things. We started hanging out. We went out for lunch on one Friday. That was actually the Black Friday.
Right.
And we went to Macy's and we were shopping for her shoes, but she was really cheap back then. She was looking for a pair of shoes under $20 or something, and
yeah,
we were walking.
I was so poor.
Understandable, you're in college.
Yeah.
We searched the entire Macy's and we still couldn't find the good shoes for her, so we ended up buying nothing. And that was one day. After that, also we met up to go to certain museums, just hanging out, to bring her to my office. I was working in downtown, so we were taking pictures on that charging bull statue on Wall Street.
Yeah.
And she came up to my office. Our office had a really great view. So it was looking down onto the Hudson River, wide open view. You could see the entire Hudson River with the Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island, everything.
Yeah, and the sunset was awesome.
Sunset was beautiful. So on the New Year's Eve, I came to the office and I was kind of chilling there. And Lily was on a limo ride with her Japanese friends, other groups of Japanese friends that she met through the same meetup. And after her dinner was over, she texted me, or I texted her. And then she came over to my office. We were sitting on a couch in our ping pong room in the office, and we were drinking with the view of the Times Square playing on our huge TV in that room, watching over at the Statue of Liberty, and across the river there was a lot of fireworks happening. So that was one romantic evening that we spent together. And a few days after that, I was kind of randomly hanging out in her room, and we decided to go to Rockefeller Center and then buy something from Tiffany & Co.
Yeah, ちょっとびっくりしたマジで。
Yeah,
That was too much for me. Yeah, this is actually it. Yeah, これ。
yeah.
I'm wearing this from that point, yeah.
And we had a lot of conversation that evening, and a few days after that, we started dating. Yeah.
Who confessed?
Come on, people. Look at my face and look at how popular I would be.
What are you talking about?
Everywhere. I mean, I could have gotten any girls.
Yeah, shush.
So there's no point in discussing who confessed first, because that's a very obvious answer. So yeah, that's pretty much the story of how we met and how we started dating from my perspective.
Okay. はい、ということで今度は私が日本語でどうやって出会ったかについてお話ししようと思います。出会ったのはまず3年前の冬だね、冬でした。 ミートアップっていうアプリを通じて、彼が言ったように日本語と英語の言語交換みたいなグループで出会ったんですけど、なんかその前に私がなんでニューヨークに行ったかみたいな話をした方がいいと思ってて、私は私費留学をしていて、昔の動画でもちょっと私費留学のこと話はしたんだけど、ニューヨークには語学学校に午前中行って午後はインターンシップをするっていう生活をしてたんですよね。朝早く起きて語学学校に行って、で午後はもうずっとインターンをして、だから夜に家に帰るみたいな結構ハードな毎日をね送っていて、だからもうその休みの日とかね、金曜日の夜とかね、なんかどっか行きたくなるわけですよ。でも友達もいないから、でとにかくどうしようと思って、職場でもね特に知り合いもそんなできず、語学学校でもね友達もそんなできなくてっていう状況だったので、本当にこのままこの留学生活終わったらやばいなと思って、何かアクションを起こさなきゃっていうことで見つけたのがミートアップっていうアプリで、英語を学びたい日本人と日本語を学びたい外国人の集まりのイベントに私は行きました。でそこで彼に会ったんですけど、私もその時本当に英語できなかったからで行ってみて、それが本当初めてのミートアップだったんですよ。めっちゃドキドキしてて、で行ったらなんか結構ね男性率がめっちゃ高くて、こんなに男の人いるんだと思って、で女性率は低くて、で日本人女性率も低かったのよ。だからそういうことかってちょっと思ったんだけど、でも普通に英語の勉強にもなるしと思って英語でずっと話してて、なんか確かちょっと後から来たんだよね。
I was a bit late.
そうなんか最初に私が行った時にはいなくて、でなんか一時経ってからなんかめっちゃ背が高いザ・韓国人みたいなザ・韓国人みたいな人が来ていんな韓国人とか思ってたんよ。私大学の第二言語で韓国語勉強しとったけん、韓国人っていう存在が若干敏感やったっていうのもあって、韓国人がいるよと思ってたのね。そうでその時に別になんか顔をよく見てたとか、なんかかっこいいなとか思ったっていうよりはでかって思ったよね身長がでかって思ったよ。身長今184とかあるんですけど、で第一印象それで話してみたいなってシンプルに思った。そのね、さっき彼が言ったようになんか地下に移動しなきゃいけないタイミングがあった時に、その私の席の近くにいたから絶対韓国人ですよねと思って、韓国人ですかって聞いたんですよ。そしたら韓国人ですって言うから、そうなんだと思って、じゃあ喋っちゃえ、友達になろうと思って、シンプルに普通に友達になりたくて話しかけたのがきっかけ。それで地下に行って話し始めたんだけど、そのさっきも言ったね中国人の結構ガツガツくる中国人の人と3人とかで話してたんだよね確か。で3人とかで話してた時になんか私の本名をこう漢字とひらがなと全部で書いて、でなんかそんなに日本語話せる感じじゃなかったのに私のね名前全部読めたわけよ。でそれをなんかねちょっとおおって思ったんよ。分かるんやと思って、なんかちょっと好感度が上がりなんていうの、ネガティブな印象は特になく、でなんか連絡先も成り行きで交換することになって、ラッキーと思って、韓国語話せて英語も話せて、ほんで日本語もぼちぼち話せる人だと思って、スペック高ーと思ってポジティブな印象のままその日は帰ったんだよね。でなんか別に付き合うとかその時は全く意識してなかったんだけど、何回かねご飯食べ行ったりして、でなんとなくいい人だっていうのが分かって、なんかアメリカ人の私の中でもステレオタイプがあるんだけど、なんかアメリカ人とか韓国人とか結構日本人がそういうわけじゃないってわけじゃないんだけど、なんかすぐこのホテルに連れて行きそうだなみたいな、家連れてきそうだなみたいなの思ってたのよ。なんかすごい警戒してたのよね。ご飯食べ行ったりしてもなんかその後ちょっと酔わされてなんかどっか連れてかれないかなとか思ったから、そう何回か遊びに行くうちに結構誠実な人だなって思って、で確か告白してくれて、ちょっと待ってってなったけど考えてもういいんじゃん付き合ってみようってなって付き合ったちょっと雑
That's how you felt? That's how you should speak.
そうだねでした。そうだから最初から好印象だったし、なんかその連絡先交換した時からなんかありそうだなとは思ってたね。そう そんな感じで私たちは付き合うことになりましたいかがでしたでしょうか。私たちはこんな風に出会いました。
So next time we're going to be talking about the tips on how to maintain long distance relationships based on our 3 years of experience until the marriage happened. If you're interested, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel, hit the notification so that once the video comes out, you guys will be notified right away, and we'll see you next time.
Yes!
See you!
See ya!